Okay, hello students. So today we are going to start with a string operation. What are different string operations are PHP providing to us, okay, to a programmer? String length, some of yesterday we have discussed string length. It will give you the string length. What are the total count of characters in a string? String compare, string for comparing two string, which is a greater and which is lesser, okay? String position means it will give you the substring position, okay? Substring, it will give you the substring. Chop, trim, trim are always all are used to eliminate the starting or trailing white spaces, okay? And string lower, string upper to convert the cases of the string, okay? Let's check out one example, then we can discuss more about this, okay? Yes, look here, I am creating one string, right? This is a trail starting white spaces, and this is a trailing white spaces, okay? If it is there, there will be some like processing confusion will arise, right? Logic will be go. How logic will go? Okay, okay, we'll check what is the use of this first chop and trim and trim and R trim, okay? So remember, I will give you the output, okay? Example, chop will eliminate this starting white spaces and the ending white spaces, and it will display only the middle string only. If some spaces are coming to them in the middle, then don't worry, it is okay. Okay, only it will eliminate the starting white spaces, any number of, not only single, okay, and the trailing white spaces, okay? This chop and trim also do the same work. You can remember chop is a one of the per functionality, also trim is an additional functionality of PHP. The trim also do the same functionality. That one, it will eliminate or remove the starting white space characters, any number, and the trailing white space character. What is then trim? Trim has nothing but left trim only. It will only trim this left characters. It will only trim this last, means trailing characters. Remember that one. And all trim is nothing but it only eliminate the right side white spaces, and it on eliminate this one, okay? So this one I'm just displaying some this one to you. When we run this one, you will get to know that one. And one more thing, look here, I want the third position. If particular character I want to access, this way I can access, means this is my string and particular index I am trying to access. But in earlier cases in C and like this, we are going to access by bracket, but here we are going to access with flower bracket. Remember this one, okay? Means character of fourth position means nothing but index is 3, right? Because index start from the 0 1 2 3, right? It's a 4 character. And I'm going to display the string length, and then a substring, okay? Substring of this one, where it is going to be start, okay? According to me, H is the first character. 1 2 3 4 5 6 intermediate character also we can count. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, okay? Word is starting from the 7 character means the index is 6, okay? So it has to in this one, right? World, it has to print the 6 and substring, okay? What it is doing, it is giving me the substring, okay, starting from this index, okay? What is the index of this one? 0 1 2 3 4 5, means this is the space, right? From this one I want to take the substring till this one, okay? Till this one. And here I'm specifying substring starting index as well as the length, means fifth is nothing but here it will start and 2 character it will take. This way it will work. And string upper, string lower, this will check out in the output only, okay? How it is going to be work. So the localhost server already I'm starting. I have started that one. So first we will check string operation. String strngope, right? Okay, you can check out after chop. There is no like trailing character or right. You can check out this also. You can check out this trim is working fine, but character at fourth position is not mentioned. Why? We'll check what is the error in the program. Here only, right? Yeah, fourth position is there. Why it is not? Because fourth position it has to 0 1 2 3 means nothing but L has to print. Yes, we got that because this one, because trailing characters of white spaces is raising the issue, right? How we can do this one? Okay, what we'll do here, okay, for this one string, first we will trim this one, trim. Okay, we know that one, it will eliminate the trailing and starting and trailing white spaces. Let's check out after giving trim whether it will display anything or not. Yes, L is coming, right? I hope you have understood what is the use of this trim. Earlier how it was giving the emit trouble and now how it got resolved. Okay, when we come for string length, let's check out what is the string length. 20? No, the string length is not 20. That this also this problem of what? This one only trim. Means what? It is here the space is also getting counted. 12, it is the fine, right? Now the substring also is this one, but here also uh, the same problem will arise as trim. So here also we'll do the trim, right? Because we don't want this one, because this is giving a wrong details. World is not starting at the 10th position, it's starting at the 6th position, right? Let's check out after trim. Yes, 6 is came, right? Then substring, like here also substring is hello or something going giving the wrong output, right? So trim. Okay, you can ask me one question, sir, why you are writing trim always? You can directly eliminate from here itself. Why should you go doing in the programming? Remember, right now I know about this one because very simple program, only 10 or 20 lines. But remember, if you are working with database, you don't know what is there in database, right? If you are working with thousands of lines, you don't know what is it has been initialized. Again, you don't want to check where it is actually initialized or anything, right? In this case, you can easily use. Right now I know that one, but remember, if it is a larger program or you are working with database, is user input, right? That time you can easily work, right? So let's run this on. Yes, it is working fine, right? You can check out. And here I would like to tell you substring, right? I hope everyone is able to see this one, right? So, okay, we are discussing about the substring, right? So in this one, you can check out substring, okay, trim after trim. I have given the index, means fifth index. Okay, I will give the sixth index, not fifth, sixth index. Okay, sixth index is nothing but the world. Okay, W is starting at the sixth symbol, means from here to the complete string. Okay, to the complete string, it is going to be work, right? Yes, you can check out here, word is coming. And after this substring, right? Okay, sixth I will give, this is the index, and I want to take only the 2 characters only. I am specifying the length here. The third parameter is length. I don't want the complete string, like here complete further string is coming, right? I don't want complete, only 2 characters I want, right? Like world, right? Okay, and left after that one, 2 upper, a string I'm passing. I'm, you can check out completely, it is H is only the capital, everything is small only. Now it is giving complete the characters in uppercase. Okay, another one thing, look here, here what I am doing, right? First doing the upper, okay, means the complete character has to print first, not first, the has to print uppercase, but this in output I am giving to the lower character, to the string to lower, so it will print complete characters in lower case only. So these are the string functionality. Remember, in many interviews, whenever you go for interview, they will ask most in the cases the string operations only. Okay, so we'll work further. Conversion in PHP, how this conversion is taking place. Okay, converting from one type to another type is called converting. Example is of converting is nothing but converting from integer to number. Okay, number to string. This is one example. Means number is one different type and string is one different type. Okay, but we are able to convert that one. Okay, and types of conversion. Okay, types of conversion is nothing but there are two types of conversion: implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion, right? And let's check out implicit type conversion, how implicit is take place, where it is going to be take place, and what we call for this one. Remember, the implicit conversion is also called as a coercion. What it will be called? Coercion also it will be called. Okay, why it will be called? Because it is automatically doing taking care by the compiler or the interpreter. Okay, let's see how it is doing. Okay, let's check out one example, then you will get to know. Okay, this one, right? Implicit, yeah, implicit. I have given a program name. Okay, here I would like to give you one is this is a pi and this is a radius. So in this one, by seeing itself, we can say this is a double value and this is a integer value. Okay, here one expression is there, right? Like in this one, 4 into 4 means our radius square I am doing, and here I am multiplying with pi. So first it is going to be execute the expression which is in the parenthesis. Remember, parenthesis has the highest priority. So first it is running this one, 4 into 4, sure it will produce a 16, right? Now 16 this one, because both are integer, there is no conversion will happen. Okay, coerce will happen. But remember here, this is a pi, right? Pi is a double type, right? Now what will happen, as this result is a integer result which is a smaller type, this output is converted into double, then multiplication is going to be happen. Got it? Yeah, this is called coercion. Implicit it is happening. Any functionality, even though if I give right like this random, okay, this one, okay, first what it will do, it will increase this type. Okay, what it will do, the random variable radius variable is there, right? Rad, this type is increased to double, and then only it is going to be multiply this one. This is called coercion. And this variable, this process, this variable got coerced, right? The random variable coerced to double type. Okay, this is called coercion. And another one thing, another where that we can do an implicit coercion in expression, there is a sure there will be. Okay, in this one, look, this is a string value and this is a integer value, right? In this one you can check out here, a integer is converted into string because I'm using the string operator. So this integer is converted into string and concatenated. Here also you can check out, after this string is there, this string also concatenated, so it will become this one, till here one string, and then this integer also converted into string and concatenated. This also one type of string. Now question will arise us, what happens in this case? Okay, we'll check out one an extra case also, like, okay, one str is equal to uh, 8. Okay, now echo dollar str into dollar str. What will happen here? Let's check out. We'll see the result. Okay, then we can understand better. Here I can call this implicit because I've created as an implicit. $64. But these are the strings, right? How it becomes 64? This is because cohesion. Remember that one. This is a string only, but this is a context of integer, a number, right? So in this one, what happened? This 8 is converted into integer. Now question arises, why it is converted into integer only? It could be converted into double also. Yes, but you can check out, this string does not contain any fraction point, right? Or like something like this, it does not contain. If this string contains any fraction point, then it would become like double only, right? Remember how it is, how the in string context, if you give a double value, this is a double value, this is an integer value, this is going to convert into a string. If it is a number value, number context, this is a number context, right? Even though we are working with string, it will convert it into integer or double integer based on this. Okay, example here, I will give ABCD. Wait till it will be converted. No, sure it is not going to be converted. It might throw error because it has to start with digit only. Either minus symbol or plus symbol you can specify. It has to start from any plus or minus symbol or a digit only. Remember this one. Okay, I hope you understand this conversion, implicit conversion, how you can do. Let's check out a more theoretical theory about this one. Okay, so there is a implicit type. Implicit type is also called coercion. In most cases of expression, coercion will happen, take place, and variable on which coercion is done is called coerce variable. Also in string concatenation and between the number and boolean. Yesterday we have seen the boolean, how the boolean means a string can be converted into a true false value, a number can be converted into true false value. Yesterday we have seen. Today also we have like brush up yesterday's concept, right? And also if string, if we are converting a string to a number, right? Look, the string has to start with digit or a symbol, plus or minus symbol only, otherwise it will be a zero value. What it will be? It will be a zero value. When any integer or double comes in the string context, means the operation are going to be the string operation, and the integer and double is come. Now the double and integer is converted into string because it's a string context. Example, this is the string context example, because this dot here right now working as a concatenation operation. So integer is converted into a string. If the string comes under, okay, the number context, then it will be converted into a double or integer. This also we have seen. This is a in number context. Why it is a number context? Because this is the arithmetic operator, and based on this value of string, it will be converted into double or number integer, right? We have seen that also. If it when string is come in the number context, it will be converted into a integer or double. If string does not contain e or fraction, it is converted into integer, else it will be converted into double. Okay, now we'll check out about explicit type conversion. You guys have any doubt in implicit type conversion? I hope you have understood better. Please, okay, I can continue, right? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Now explicit type conversion, explicit is nothing but the programmer is going to do. Okay, it's not by the compiler or the interpreter. Okay, now how many types of example, the main thing, why should we go for explicit? Because converting from higher level to lower type, okay, what converting a higher type to lower type, it always be explicit only. Example, double to integer. Integer to double is a implicit only. Okay, double to integer, it's somewhat explicit. Can be done in three ways. Okay, we can use a C structure also. Okay, we'll check out what is C structure and everything in program. Okay, even though I have given some example here, int dot value, this is a C type structure. Okay, we can use this function also, int value, double value, a string value, and we can change the type of the variable. Example, variable type was double, we can change that variable type to a integer. Okay, this way we can do it. Okay, let's check out one example. Okay, explicit, yeah, here only explicit type 2. Okay, in this one, this is a double number, this is a integer number, this is a string number. Okay, in this one you can check out, this is a C type structure, means here this is my double value. Okay, I want to convert into int. Double will have always this decimal value, you can check out, means this fraction part. Let's check out whether in this now first statement itself it will display the fraction part or not, because if we convert it into an integer, integer never have a exponent or fraction part, right? And this one also, look, this is a PHP function, right? PHP function, we want this double into a integer value, means even though this number is a double, we want only integer value. Integer value in this one is nothing but 4 only. Okay, look here, double, right? To double. Okay, here I'm trying to work with converting. This is an implicit, we does not have to bother, even though I'm trying that one. Okay, and here I'm trying to get the as a string value. I'm converting this double to a string, right, using the string value function. Okay, finally what I'm doing, look, this is a double. Okay, I am changing the double variable type to integer. Okay, this is a double type, you can check out denum. Okay, after that one I'm printing directly denum, whether it will give us this completely 4.343 or only 4, we'll have to check out. Okay, like I will mention which is the function I've used. Set type function I've used here. Okay, here like str value function I'm using, double value function I'm using. In this one, int value function I'm using, and finally here I will just mention as C type. Okay, this is a C type. Let's check out what will happens. Okay, explicit type 2, explicit type 2, right? Okay, you can check out, the value was 3, but here 4.3.3 something fraction part is here, but it is only giving us the 4 value because of this one statement. This is a C1, and here int value. In this one I want to get only the integer value, I don't want the fraction, only 4 it is coming. And double value function for having the 4 value only. Okay, and string, the double is converted into string. This is fine only. Look here what I have done in the final, this denum I am converting into the type integer, so it has been lost permanently the fraction point, means after converting this one, this value is gone permanently itself, right? Even though I'm directly printing the variable without any function, it is printing 4 only, means this fraction part is deleted. I hope you have understand, you guys are understanding these things. Let me have water. Okay, a minute. Thank you all. So these 3 ways we can convert this one. Built-in functions to check the type of variables. Okay, what are the built-in functions does this PHP provide to check the type of variables? Okay, like is real number, is floating number, is integer, is double. Okay, let's check out one program so you can understand better. Look, in this one I have initialized two variable. One is dnum, that is a double number, and inum is an integer number. Here I am adding some conditions. Okay, so this function always, remember, this all functions always return true or false. If the passing parameter is a float or integer, based on that one it is always give that one. Okay, let's check out that one. Okay, example here I am checking is integer or not. I am passing the I number. Okay, if it is a true, right, then if it is an integer only, then yes, the number is integer. Otherwise it won't give me the else part. It will go yes, the number is not an integer. For double also I'm doing the same. I'm passing the double value to this one, and it will return either true or false. So if it is a double number, it will return true. Then it will execute this statement. If this is not a double number, then it will return false, and it will execute this one, right? Let's run this one. Is function, is function, like yes, 230 is integer, and yes, 4.324 is a double. Yes, it is giving true value. What I will do, I will change I here, means I will make I to d to I, means here integer value containing, means the variable, it's not value. The variable I can give anything, right? So that just name, I'm here I'm passing a double variable. You know, got it, my idea? What is that one? Now for integer I'm passing the double variable, and for double I'm passing the integer value, right? Integer variable value, integer value variable. So let's run this one once again. It will, yeah, but not an integer. This is not an integer. So why should we do this one? The same answer, because right